Everyone, Ray the Dashing Womble here. Hope everyone had a great Thursday. Hopefully all the Dashers, Uber Eats and Grubhub did well. It was the first day of the NFL draft here in the Kansas City area today. Well, yesterday, because it's nearly 3 o'clock in the morning here now. So anyway, hopefully everything worked out for everyone. Hopefully you made enough cash, and hopefully customers actually got their food as they expected it. I thought that we would be very busy, but due to the draft and whatever going on, I don't understand what it's all about, and really have no care, to be fair. But I mean, it's a big thing for the area, so the sports don't really, NFL stuff don't really, isn't really my thing. But fair dues to them if they make if the vendors and such, and it brings business to the area, then great news. Anyhow, so I didn't get started until very late last night, very late. Had some things to do at home, and then left the house pretty late, and then messaged some friends of ours and said, we're going to IHOP, did you want to meet? We hadn't seen them for a bit. So we met up with them, and of course doing that means we start chatting, and we start chatting with the restaurant staff, and then it's all a good time without a doubt, but it's once you start remembering about things back home, the couple that we meet, John is from England too, so when we get together it's like blah, blah, blah. So anyway, but at some certain stage I'd scheduled us to be on, and I switched it on. I mean, we were right slap back in the middle of our delivery zone, so I just left the phone on, and they knew that it was on, and the offers that were coming through, and they were happy to be amongst to see it, because they wanted to see how it all works as well. I love, bloody hell, I was just decline. Doordash was nuts. It was just decline, and I only had Doordash on at that time. And it's like, all I'm doing is just declining. This is crazy. Absolute nuts. Anyhow, we got out of there. I said, well, we better get on and see what we can make of this. I'll switch on the other apps as well. Anyhow, got out of there, took a picture of the clocks at 8:30. Still again waited around. I'm not even sure what time an offer actually came in that was halfway decent, or that was no, actually it was decent. It wasn't halfway decent. It was actually paying all right, and it was actually a stacked order through Uber Eats. It was about a 22-mile run, I think, something like that. It was, and when I looked at it, I was up at the Quick Trip on 291 now, and it was Gus's fried chicken. I went, oh great, oh shit, yeah, I'll take that, definitely. And anyway, I went off and picked up. I got to Gus's, place is locked. As I pulled up there, I went, looks a bit dark. Well, where you go to get the to-go orders, door's locked. Shit. I mean, it took me less than 5 minutes to get there, so. And then I went up to the main doors, locked. I've only just taken the offer. What's going on? So I called the restaurant, and thankfully they answered, And lady that's helped me in there before, she says, oh, I said, it's Ray from Uber Eats driver. Just been dispatched to come here to pick up an order. And she went, oh, you're here for the last offer then? Last order. I went, probably. Okay. I said, it actually tells me that there's 2 to pick up. Anyhow, so she came out. She said, oh, I'll bring it out to you. So she brought it out. I said, it said when I picked it up that when I agreed to take it, it said that there was 2. Well, I clicked on the part where you got the thumbs up on the Uber Eats thing, push, and then it confirmed that I picked it up. And then it turns around and tells me the next one is at 54th Street. I did not see that vipping when I agreed to the offer. I don't like going to 54th Street, not that early at night. And especially with all this stuff going on, it's a sports bar, it's going to be bloody crackers. So anyway, the lady at Gus's was really nice. She went, okay, wish us well, and did the same with her. She's been there several times when I've gone in, real nice. I've got to say, going into Gus's, every time I've gone in there to do a collection, they've always been good in there. I think there's only one time that I had to wait. For the most part, when I've gone in there, it's on the shelf, ready to go, or they're just bagging it up and it's ready and it's on its way. There's only one time that I had to wait to go in there. It hasn't been open all that long, but even so, I mean, I think they have their act together there. I think they know what they're doing, and they've got the staff there to deal with people. It's an alright place to go to. It's not particularly the place I like to go to eat because it's too spicy for me. But my wife really liked it, so I might have to go again. But anyway, so I left there and I was like, oh, crap. Now I've got to go to 54th Street. I don't want to go to 54th Street. I really didn't want to go. Anyhow, I got down there and there was only one car on the curbside pickup thing. There was lots of cars there. And normally when I go in there, they got the curbside there, and they say that the drivers can't, like, food delivery can't park in those areas at the curbside. Totally flipping stupid in my opinion, but anyway, I get it in one way, but the other is, why don't you just get it ready, and then as soon as it's ready we can go. We ain't going to be sat around all that long. But anyway, it was a little bit more difficult to park. It was further down to go at the park if there was one space there, and I went, balls, I'm just going to park in front of the gate. If it ain't ready, then shite, it can get stuffed. Anyway, so I go in there, and there was another dasher there, I think. So I said to her, have they seen to you? I didn't want to jump in front of her and if she hadn't spoken to him, but she was fine. No, she was being waited on. And as I said to her, this bloke came in from behind and said, "Oh, you Doordash?" I went, "No." Oh, I said yes, and I went, "No, hang on, no, Uber Eats, mate." I forgot what one I was there for, and told him who I was there, and he went up to the thing, up to the bags that were on there, ready to go. Lo and behold, my one was ready. I went, "It's ready?" "Yeah." "Holy crap, that's a first." I turned around to the other Uber and went, bloody, or the other Vipping driver and went, bloody hell, that's a first. Damn. She just laughed. Anyway, so I got on out there, put that in a bag, looked up where I was going. Can't say I was happy to go where I was going, but the money was paying all right. And Anyway, one was going out to just off of Blue Ridge Boulevard, off of 470 and Blue Ridge Boulevard. Doesn't seem like a particularly it's not so much high end. It's not really low end flipping housing around there. I think there's a lot of rented houses, and there's some flats and that around there. Roads are not too brilliant out there. Positively crap actually, but it just doesn't seem. It's a worrying area basically. But I had no reason to be that bothered, because where I ended up to seemed to particularly, it was nice enough. Had no bothers about it. It's just sometimes you get the thought of being in some areas, especially up when it's dark, and then with the Uber Eats map. I wish they'd bloody do something with the Uber Eats map. I wish they'd do it that they like with Doordash and Grubhub, where you can zoom in and know exactly where you're going and turn around and go get stuff. I'm not doing it. But it's somewhat of a dangerous thing as well. I mean, they expect you to go further out, but you don't actually know where you're going to and what to expect in those areas. You can't know everywhere. I certainly don't know everywhere. I mean, bloody hell, I'm not from here. Yeah, I'm getting to learn the areas for sure. I don't know it out there so much. But it's, I mean, we know Lee Summit. We're getting pretty well at Lee Summit. But it's, but anyway, went and delivered that one. It was a leave at the door. Took a picture of it. Sent a message to the customer. It's on the porch. Enjoy. And got off of there. And then the next one pops up, which was going to Raymore. Okay, so it was like trying to figure out on the map, okay, where am I? Bloody map with bloody Uber again. Alright, figured it out. But wrong way. Alright, figured it out again. Alright, well, got to go down the motorway. Don't like going down the motorway. At that Grandview bloody triangle lark around there. Oh, nightmare. But anyway, followed the map directions and it was fine. And got out to Raymore. And nice area. I mean, it was nice area for sure. I mean, it was dark down there. I didn't have a clue, but it seemed like it was a nice area. Anyway, got out there, a couple of rocking chairs on the thing. But the thing was on this house is, again, I couldn't see the house number. And the same with the first one, actually. I couldn't see, well, yeah, I did when I got up on their driveway a bit. I think they need, stop getting too fancy with the flipping lettering, with the numericals and such. It needs to be like a standard flipping way for people to see. It's nice when they get really big ones, flipping hell. There's some you get to and you just cannot miss the damn things. You need to be flipping like Elmer Fudd or something if you can't, or Mr. Magoo if you can't see those ones, some of those. Getting a bit warm in here now, turn that off. Anyway, it's 56 degrees out. Anyway, so get to the one in Raymore, and like I said, nice enough road, isn't it? It seems so. Couldn't quite figure out where the numbers were on the house. It wasn't, so I was like guided just by the Uber map. It's like, well, hang on, it looks like where we are. Looks a bit too far for the next house. Anyway, I'll go out anyway. So I took the food out in the bag, in the Doordash bag, actually, catering bag. And get that up there, and it's it's got some nice steps going up to their porch, quite nice to sit at as well. They get a couple of rocking chairs and that on there. And the numbers to the house are actually on the pillar of one of the handles going up to the grab handles going up there. And oh jeez, you need to put them on your garage door as well, top of your garage, because it was a bit dark down there. I mean, they had plenty of lights on and that, but it was, you know, partly I didn't know where the bloody things were there, and it needed a bit more light above it so you could actually see it. But anyhow, regardless, it was the right house. I went up there, rather than, we had 2 rocking chairs here. One had a cushion, one didn't. So I just put the food on the one that didn't, because if it leaks, it doesn't make a stain in there flipping thing, right? In the cushioned one. So I put it on that, took a picture. I think it asked me to ring the bell on that one. Can't remember. No, that was the previous one, ring a bell. This one, nothing like that. So I took a picture, that was it, douche. Backs off, and it was pretty easy to get back to Lee's Summit from there. I mean, it was just down 58 and back down to Ward Road. And then an offer comes in for Sonic down there in Greenwood. And it was like $8.50, and it was going 4 miles away, possibly 4.5, 5 miles, and that included us getting there too, for obviously. Anyway, so we go off and get there, and had to wait a little bit for there. We actually got there early. I think it said pick up by 8:45, and we were there. It was like 8:30, just gone 8:30. But anyway, I still switched on. Got on the Google onto Doordash, and it, you know, still being prepared, which I'm glad I did, because she said, "Oh, I'll be out there, and I'll be right out there." 10 minutes later, she came out. Anyway, but I don't think there was that many people working there, so it seemed like they were working well. So I weren't all that bothered. And then I just went off and went to that. It was a hand to me, and before I left, I just wrote to the customer, said, "I'm on my way." This way, they might, if it's a hand to me, I don't ring the bell. They're ready to expect us coming there. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but anyway, either way, I prefer to do it that way. Anyone else can do whatever, right? But I feel that way they're looking out for us then. I don't know how long they waited. Anyway, I got up there, and bloke came out the doors. I've been pulled up and got out the van and just handed it to him. Said thanks, and that was it. Wished him well, he wished us well. Off we went. And that was another one. That was relying on the map again to put us right outside. And he pulled up on the driveway, and it's like, well, hang on, I want to confirm that I'm at the right address. And it's got, I didn't take a picture at all. It was, I normally do if I'm handing it off to someone, but I didn't feel there was going to be a problem there. And but this house, it was like a tan front and tan garage door, and the surround was like, I don't know, I guess they stained it some, not oak, but a dark wood colour. And the numericals on it are like a bronze. I mean, you can't bloody well see it. You got to be right on top of it to see it. I saw it because the headlights flipping hit it just about right. But it was, it would have been a bit difficult, that's for sure. But anyway, dropped that one off. Nothing happening out there. I ended up going back to Lee Summit and putting petrol in the van. And again, there was offers coming through that were absolute crap. Beforehand, we'd actually been on watching Dashing Grandpa on a live show. So we watched that before that offer came in for the stacked order from Uber Eats. I'll tell you what did come in, and then, oh yeah, that's right, after that I wrote to him and said, I'm sorry that we missed the end of the show. Damn, missed it. But anyway, I watched all the video. But actually, my wife and I watched it when we got back a bit later on to Quick Trip, while we were waiting for a decent offer to come through. But it went quiet. It really went quiet, even though the zone said it was very busy. What a load of tosh that was. I did have one come through. I think I may have taken a picture of it. And it was while we were waiting at IHOP. And it came in, and it's the first time I've seen this. I can't ever recall this. And it was through Doordash, because that was the only one I had on at that time. And it was it was a stack of 3. Pick up at 3 restaurants, deliver to 3 addresses. I can't remember the mileage, but the offer was just over $20 and some change. And I looked at it and I went, no. Not a chance in hell. I know Carmen's is going to be busy. There was another restaurant on it, which may have been 54th Street, and I went, nope. And the other one was Fazoli's. Fazoli's would probably be alright. But anyway, yes, I didn't do it. But I think I've got a picture. If I got a picture, I'll put it up here. And there was a couple of others that I'll put up as well. But it was, but the end of the night, this was the end of the night for us. It got a bit late. I was questioning whether I should go over to Blue Springs at that time. And then, you know, and I was thinking, well, maybe I just want to go home and just be ready for tomorrow. Be ready for a better start for us. Well, say tomorrow, for today it's now just gone 3:15 in the morning. So, so anyway, this offer comes in for TacoBell on $2.91, and it was about midnight or so, a bit before that. Yeah, around about that. And can't quite remember it all at the minute, but. And TacoBell closes at 1 a.m. now, or later, it says. And it was paying $14 or so and some change, going to, I think it was like 7 or 8 miles away. It wasn't that bad. We wasn't parked all that far away. And actually, where was we? I think that, yeah, we was at the Quick Trip at that time, and I took it from there. So we had a little bit to go. It was not far at all. So anyway, got down there, and as soon as I turned down Columbus and turned into there, I see a row of cars at TacoBell. Oh, shit. Well, do I flipping let it go or not? No, I'll stick with it. We wasn't doing a lot at all. It's a $14 order. It's not going that far. I'll just stick with it. I couldn't even get into the building, into the car park of the building to join the line, so I had to sit there with the indicator on. Another vehicle came behind me. but it didn't seem like the line was moving so much up the front. Then a car flipping in front of us got out the way, not right in front of us, but a couple of cars moved out of the road. They were sick of waiting. Can understand why. And it was pick up at 12:30 or something like that. By 12:30, I think it was by 12:20 or 12:30 anyway. And well, we were there just at that time. It took us 5 minutes to get there. 5 minutes, if that. And so I don't understand why they gave such a ridiculous flipping pickup time. And they don't think about this on Doordash. I don't understand how that flipping algorithm works out, but somehow or other it didn't work. It was stupid. So it was clearly like, well, okay, I went onto the thing, onto Doordash, hit the thing that it was, the text where it says, okay, it's going to be a bit longer or whatever. Find the one that works best for the situation. In this case, it was like busy flipping long line through the drive-through. And just sat there and wait. And I texted messaged the customer through the system, said something along the lines of, okay, I'm at the restaurant now, and it looks like it's gonna be a while, and I'll be with you as soon as I can. This way, I mean, they can figure out whether, well, if it's gonna be a while, then maybe I don't want to wait for this one. Maybe I can cancel it and get something else. So, you know, you give them that option, I suppose. Didn't tell them that, but I mean, maybe they would have thought that way. But anyway, she wrote back and said, no, thanks for letting me know. That's it. You know, whenever you get it, that's fine. So I'm waiting in the line, and we finally move up a tad more, and then another car moves out the line, makes it a bit shorter. And we got some bloody red Chevy or whatever in front of us with the radio booming. We say stuck headphones on. Anyway, it only quietened down when they actually got to the order speaker thing. And they're right in front of us. So they go ahead of us. Obviously, I mean, they go and do a spiel, whatever they got. They're there for. I think it might have been another Doordash. I'm not really sure. Because I heard Doordash on being said at that time, I thought. And they moved on. They couldn't go anywhere because there's a bloody still a line in front of them. So then it was our time. I was like, well, that was quick. Okay. So we get up to the flipping speaker, and the girl goes, or the woman goes, sorry, we're closed. What do you mean you're bloody closed? I said, it's a Doordash order. Picking up for whomever the lady is. She says, no, sorry, we can't do it. I said, what do you mean you can't bloody do it? She's already ordered it. We're out of product. I said, this is... Anyway, I weren't very happy. And I don't normally get like that there, but we waited in line. There was still a line. I said, what? I said, what in the bloody hell do you expect me to go with now? I said, I've got a row of cars in front. I've got a row of cars behind. And she's going, well, I'm sorry. Bloody ain't sorry. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. And then they proceed to tell us that they're out of product. Really? TacoBell is out of everything? Behave. Plus, you should have had that flipping food made for people. They've actually paid for it on the Doordash app. Somehow or other, it's paid for. So you should have it there, ready to go. It should be reserved for that customer. And, so I weren't happy at all. So I'm still sat there in line waiting to move on. I texted the customer, or sent the customer a message saying, okay, they're refusing to make your order. And And I said, you know, it's they say that they're out of product. Well, well, of course the customer ain't too happy, are they? I mean, they're not pissed off at me, I don't think. But anyway, well, maybe they were, I don't know. But it's, and I said, I'm on the flipping thing to Doordash now. At some stage during the being back and forth the Doordash app, I was having problems with that yet again. Trying to get through to an agent yet again. And anyhow, the car in front of us at the time moves up, the one that may have been a Doordash. I guess he or she gets the window. May well have been arguing with them at the front, because at the window, I didn't even bother. They moved on. I just went straight through. The car behind me, this big SUV behind me, just followed us out. Didn't even bother to stop. There was no reason to. So I pulls into the car park next door and was going back and forth trying to get the Doordash, get someone actually to speak to on Doordash. We apparently got half pay, but I haven't seen that yet. But it's just bloody ridiculous. Absolute. While we were sat there, some of the people came out of it, out of the restaurant that worked there, I suppose. Got in their SUV, was sat there in their big SUV there, and I'd turned down. While we were in that line, I'd actually turned down 3 other flipping TacoBell orders. Why I turned them down? I mean, they would have paid okay, but why I turned them down was, well, there's clearly a long line here. Why do I want to flipping tax them anymore? Because obviously there's just a lot more going on here, and I don't want to be sat there for too long. Even though I was. I could have flipping just taken the option to get out of that line. But, you know, sometimes, I mean, there's nothing else going on. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. But tonight just didn't work that way, and I just, I was not happy. And it pisses me off because, you know, the customer, wherever they've been to work late and they finally got home, they're hungry. Maybe they've been downtown to that NFL stuff that's going on. I don't know. Either way, they paid their money. They've done their part, right? They've gone there. They've gone through the bloody system, figured out what they want, mapped out all what they want. They're looking forward to it, right? They paid their money, which they've probably been out and earned spent too many hours flipping working, and they don't earn to pay that. Either way, and like I said, they've done their part. All that it's just down to the flipping restaurant to pick it up, to cook it, which is bloody TacoBell. It ain't flipping. It's not gourmet. It bloody all comes in the back of a truck, right? You don't have to do anything. Just put the bloody shit together and flipping cook it, and let's get out the door. It ain't bloody rocket science. It's science. I don't know. I haven't worked in a restaurant, not doing a TacoBell at least. I've done a Pizza Hut, but saw how that went on. That was mad, and that was back on. But they make their own bloody hours. They just, if they're short staffed. We went through that same TacoBell yesterday, Wednesday, and the bloke in there was at the window and he was like bragging, oh yeah, sipping all the others, we're the only ones open. I wish I'd gone to check actually. We're the only ones flipping open in the area because all the others are short staffed. Well, I guess that flipping turned around on them today. Well, yeah, this morning. But they closed early. My wife used to work, she used to manage a TacoBell. It was years ago, granted, but you would have thought by now, if they've made all these technology advances in the kitchens now, flipping for their houses. I mean, they would have done it in restaurants for sure, so some things would have been easier to get going. Plus, all this crap turns up in a bloody great semi anyway. But as I said to the woman on the box, this woman has paid the flipping money. This food should be reserved for her. It should be made. She don't give a flying shit, does she? She does not care. If you're short-staffed, then just turn the lights off the building. If you don't want to go and do it, turn the lights off the building. Because like I said, I turned down 3 other offers that came through. And does that mean that there was 3 other flipping drivers that came along after the fact? And what these restaurants don't flipping understand is the customer's got to go through the flipping madness of dealing with Doordash themselves, getting their monies credited, being on the phone with them for a little while. Maybe they just go through the chat. Maybe they get to speak to someone that's flipping in India or the Philippines or wherever that has a accent that you can't really understand too well. Yeah, I know, I take the piss, I know. But, you know, it's... But from what they were expecting, they were expecting to get their dinner late or snack or whatever it was that was coming in. They paid for the bloody food. They done their part. The restaurant weren't out of food. That was a complete load of bullshit, basically. They just don't want to flipping spend the time cooking it. Maybe they were cooking it half hour before they close. It says on their hours, when you go up to the window, if you've never seen it, it says that they're open from 6 a.m, I think it is. I'm not sure. But anyway, it says at the end of it, till 1 a.m. or later. So that means, in my mind, that it doesn't shut off at 1 o'clock. If there's people in that line, they got to serve them, right? It's absolutely diabolical, and I'm pissed off for the customer too. I mean, like I said, they've done their bloody part. Now they've got to deal with Doordash. I'm on the flipping phone to Doordash, well, I'm on the chat with Doordash. I tried to get an agent to be on the bloody phone, but you think I could? Anyway, so it was all through the chat. I'd already reported it that it was closed, but the picture that I took of the place, I mean, the place was still lit up. But I sent it in regardless, and I sent in the explanation about it, and it still showed that offer was still on my screen. So then I had to go back in again and try and get an agent to actually sort it all out. These restaurants don't care. They don't give us flying shit. But when a driver gets this hassle, we're on the phone or on the chat or whatever for about 20 minutes dealing with all this. It's not on. I was watching Dash and Grandpa earlier on in the evening, and he'd said something. He mentioned something that he'd seen somewhere, that maybe these restaurants are going to get penalised for doing stuff like this. I bloody hope so. Because there was a lot of people in that line. A lot of vehicles in that line. And even while we were there, sat there, we've been trying to sort out with Doordash for way too long. We were just watching vehicles come in and go straight back out the other end. I didn't notice until later on that a message came through from the customer through the Doordash system, and I will put it up here. I didn't get it all, I just took it from my home screen because it took me to nowhere when I actually clicked on it, and it just took me to a blank screen, so that didn't work out. But she was basically asking that said that she called the restaurant and the restaurant weren't answering her call. Maybe their phone was off. No, I think they just left. And it's not, I'm just sick of it. I mean, it's going to come to a time that no one's going to go to this restaurant. And maybe some of the others too that pull these strokes. Because, and then they're going to be crying because they haven't got any work. Well, that's because you've been vipping you or the other previous people that have worked there that want to get out and go partying or whatever it is during the morning. I get that you want to go home. It's late in the morning. I get that. And you don't want people coming in last minute, or you wasn't expecting it, or you're short-staffed and you can't handle it, or you're new and you just can't handle it, or the bloody cook has walked out. Don't need a bloody cook, a special cook, because he's been working bloody there anyway. But it's absolutely stupid, absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it there. It's now 3:35, and I just think I should get indoors. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully everyone has a great Friday. Hopefully all the dashers do well. Hopefully the customers actually get their food and don't get the crap that we've all had from TacoBell this evening or this morning. And yeah, hopefully it's a great weekend for everyone. Anyway, all keep safe and have fun. Cheers. Ta-da.